All right. So, welcome. My name is Josh. This is Jordan. We are with NEXA Mortgage. I am also dual licensed with EXP Realty, dual license being real estate and mortgage. And today's topic is selling more homes by helping self-employed business owners, um, freelance workers, and the like. Now, this is a topic that we have done previous sessions around, but today we want to spend a little bit more time on the marketing side of it. Like how, we'll briefly cover products and programs, but the reality is, that is irrelevant without the self-employed borrowers or freelance worker potential clients to have conversations with. So we'll dig into some strategies for that as well. And we're going to keep this one short and sweet with some, some takeaways that you can utilize to generate some conversations and client opportunities this week. So Jordan Syers, also with NEXA, has been in the industry for 10 plus years, has a wealth of knowledge when it comes to guidelines, products, programs, etc., and is an incredible creative problem solver and outside the box thinker when it comes to how can we take the financial pieces that a borrower is bringing to the table and make it fit, make the puzzle pieces fit together in a way that helps the client, gets them pre-qualified, pre-approved, and into the home or the property that they desire. And we have had a ton of success, Jordan and I and our team, helping clients. Of course, we love working with let's say the easy clients, right?
Yeah.
The simple ones. We'll take as many of those as we can, but we pride ourselves on being able to help those where it might be a little bit more challenging or unique scenario or situation, of which self-employed business owners, freelance workers, and the like would fit in that category. And for those of you that don't know, NEXA Mortgage, we are a mortgage broker licensed in 48 out of 50 states. We're working on licensing in Massachusetts and New York. And we have relationships with over 240 wholesale lenders and literally thousands of other private hard money commercial lenders. Why is that relevant? Well, when you send us a client, we have, generally speaking, actually, I think I could state without unequivocally that we have more potential products and programs available to that client than anybody else that you might send them to. So, Jordan, here was my thought.
Yeah.
We'll spend the first few minutes just reviewing quickly different, I'll call them buckets as far as programs for these type of clientele. And then I want to share some resources, thoughts, etc., on the marketing component. So when it comes to helping self-employed business owner, freelance worker, etc., what are some of the different product or program categories that we might look for depending on their wants and needs, etc.?
Uh, there's a variety of programs that will fit for multiple industries, but the way I like to break it down is really into industries of you have true self-employed, right? Like
Yep.
business owner, Schedule C / business owner. Then you
Yep.
really have contractors, right? Like contractors, 1099 workers, maybe even commission falls underneath that, depending on how the taxes were filed, so on and so forth. But in the terms of like what programs fit with them, you have programs like bank statement loans. Bank statement loans
Yep.
is probably the most common in the terms of who when we're trying to get a self-employed borrower qualified. it's typically less money down than an even what I call more non-QM product, which is like a no ratio loan. We have a no ratio loan. That requires like 20% down, but that doesn't necessarily going to keep a job with them. Bank statements kind of has a little bit better rates. We're still qualifying off income, but we're calling off their bank statements more than anything, right? We're taking their bank statements, we're averaging them at a ratio of whatever the deposits are. And typically you want to see anywhere from a 660 credit score to to 10 to 20% down, usually. And as far as income wise, they go up to about a 50% back end ratio. When I say a back end ratio, it's like what is the total deposits we're using plus the expense ratio versus how much debt they have and what they're trying to qualify for.
So there was a couple of things in there that I want to dig deeper on. No ratio, explain what that means again for folks.
So no ratio means there's no debt to income ratios calculated.
Which means no income verification, basically.
Yeah, no income verification. It's literally like it's the closest to a stated income loan, but there's no income stated at all, right? For the people that are, pre-2008. It's based off of literally nothing. It's just based off of credit and assets.
Which plays into a conversation we often have on these sessions. There are three pillars: income, assets, and credit score. In that scenario, the income we're removing from the equation. So the other two have got to be pretty strong.
Yeah.
Right.
So like that program specifically requires at least a 700 credit score. Right. Yeah. But that's an example. We're going to use an example is like when you're talking to self-employed borrowers, it's like, oh, I don't have enough. My taxes are messed up. I want you to be able to rebuttal and say, that's okay. They don't have to be fixed. Right. It sometimes costs them less money to take a higher interest rate and put more money down than it would necessarily to revise their taxes or pay the taxes for the next 2 years. And plus market conditions, other reasons, there's a lot of reasons why someone would want to try to move forward now versus, waiting. I don't ever recommend waiting on real estate because, whatever.
Don't wait to buy real estate and wait, right?
Yes.
That's one of the,
yeah. I just think about how many business owners said, I don't want to take a bank statement rate. I'm going to just wait another year. And it was 2020 and things doubled the year later. Right. Yeah. I use those as examples, but it's essentially, our goal is to make sure we're able to service these clients and service them in the right way. Right. Yeah. And not just say no. I hate the word no. I just want to know when and how we can do it.
So I wanted to double tap on no ratio and then bank statement. Two things I want to point out for that. We can do 12-month, 24-month. And Jordan, typically, if that's the route we're exploring for first, what is our first step with a client if we're exploring a bank statement?
Typically, if I have a self-employed client in general, I typically won't have you got to think about it from a perspective of a client. A lot of times the clients will jump through hoops and they'll go through 4 or 5 different lenders because they want to look at their bank statement. So they'll make them fill out apps and run credit. I don't like that process. I hate that process because it makes people feel discouraged. And I want to kind of really get to the root of the problem, which is their income. I want to look at their income. That's the first step. So, I have a conversation with them, so let's say, Josh, you're my, client. I'm calling you. And let's say Nancy referred us over. You referred us over. I would ask a series of questions. The moment I find out you're self-employed, right, I would be asking for your tax returns and your bank statements, okay? Or just your tax returns, and then I might ask for your bank statements. And just explain to us, like, hey, self-employed, a lot of times, write off a lot on their taxes. Do you know what it is? A lot of some people don't know how their accountant does it. They just write everything off. They have really no idea. And that really tells me right away, okay, they're probably going to have an income issue. So my first step is to get a copy of those taxes just to eliminate it. I want to eliminate that we can't do a traditional loan, right? Yep. And then we go into a bank statement and ask for the last 24 months of their bank statements. And then we'll send that directly to a lender. A lender will calculate that for us within 24 hours. We get them back very quickly. And that will give us a really good idea of, okay, are we in the ballpark at all? on being able to qualify for a house.
Yep.
And they'll usually find that answer out with, you know, less than 24 hours or, you know, less than 48 hours.
Yep.
Mhm.
So bank statements and no ratio. And before we get into some more, I want to address a couple of things. Number one, you can check out the replay of this session on demand after the fact at the Zoom link that led you here, or at Wake Up Real Estate, our YouTube channel, or at wakeup.realestate as well. You can find our contact information. You can go to joshvips.com or scan the QR code for different ways for you to refer us business. We can set you up with co-branded mortgage application links, which makes it easy for you to refer clients. We can also do some more custom work, and we can even work to convert some of your leads into appointments and client opportunities as well. Just reach out and schedule a time for us to chat. So we've got bank statement, no ratio. We have what else as far as options for this type of clientele? Let's assume we've eliminated the opportunity, the traditional income verification methodologies.
Okay. It depends if how they're paid, right? If they're 1099. So a lot of, like, I'll give you an example. Real estate agents are 1099.
Yep.
That we do have a program that averages 1099s. You know, instead of taking your tax returns and going off your net and things like that, we just get your 2022, 2023, 1099, add them together, divide by 24.
Yep.
You know, and that's a really good program. It does require more money down, right? A little bit higher credit score, like 680 credit score. Rate's going to be a little bit inflated, but it is a program that's great for many industries, right? Car salespeople, a lot of car salespeople, some are W-2. A lot of them are 1099. You know, real estate agents. Who else? I mean, there's a lot of 1099s out there. It just depends on the
Yep.
industry. Truck
There's
brokers.
lots of like little niche 1099 folks too that you don't even like. You know, if we spend time here, we'd find some other little pockets of 1099 folks that, if you're the one going out of your way to try and help and serve those folks, it's an underserved market.
Yeah.
And that screams opportunity for you if you're able to help and serve them. Okay, so 1099. What about P&L? Can we use a P&L?
P&L is a great one. So I actually just closed one in Florida. It was a $1.8 million deal in Florida. And it went through 5 other lenders, and no one thought to do a P&L loan, right? He had a tax accountant, and essentially what it is, you take a tax accountant, they'll write up a P&L for you, or you'll write up a P&L and a tax accountant will sign it, either or. And as long as it corroborates with their bank statement, you know, like it makes sense with their bank statement, then like the deposits line up and so on and so forth. You can use that as income, right? Whatever the P&L says. And so we had a client, he did put about 25% down. He did have a lower credit score, right? It was like 640 credit score. So he had to put like 35% down, but it was denied by 3 other banks and we got it closed. And it was a very hard loan. I was very proud of myself.
But have to be professionally prepared, right? It can't just be, you just can't make a P&L on a Google spreadsheet, right?
It doesn't necessarily have to be a CPA though. It can be professionally prepared by a tax preparer. It can be professionally prepared by a couple. It has to have someone that has a license assigned. There's a series. Each lender is different, but there's a list of qualified people that could do it, that I could get someone a list if they wanted it.
Yep. Okay, bank statement, no ratio, 1099, P&L. What are we missing, if anything else, when it comes to these folks?
No, we're not really missing anything. I mean, those.
Okay, so I'm going to add 2 more. That is more traditionally if they're looking for a primary residence or maybe even a secondary. However, these folks are wonderful candidates for investment properties, and so DSCR, hard money, you know, depending on the property type and what they're looking to do, helping them with the BRRRR method, buy, renovate, rent, refinance, repeat. This audience can be wonderful candidates for that because, I don't know the exact statistics, but I've heard statistics cited at several different resources that self-employed business owners often or on average have a higher credit score than the general population, right? And in or for those loan types, for example, DSCR, the income of the property is what's used to qualify. So the fact that they're self-employed doesn't matter if they have assets and they have good enough credit score and the property makes sense from an investment standpoint. There's an opportunity to be had there, and they're already, most of the time, this niche or this audience is already entrepreneurial minded. So if you're the one providing the solution for how they can start or grow an investment portfolio, that can be a great opportunity for yourself as well. Jordan, it looked like you had something to add there.
No, I just
Okay. So there's these products and programs, and there's probably more that we could dig into, but the reality is all of that is well and good, and we'd love to help your clients explore those programs. But how do you get into conversation with more of those potential clients? Okay. And so I want to share some strategies. I want to share some ideas, some concepts, and then I want to give you some actual tools that you can use for free. Some things that we have created over the last year or two for you to connect with and build a database around this particular audience. So what can you do from a marketing perspective to generate more of these opportunities? Well, short form video content. And in fact, I'm going to share my screen now because I'm going to relate a lot of what I'm sharing here to free resources, completely free resources that you can find at wakeup.realestate. Wakeup.realestate. We have been compiling now for over a year some incredible free tools and resources that you all can use. So number one, you could create short form video content, making this audience aware of the programs and products that exist on, to help and serve them. Okay. So you want to call out in your content who you're talking to. Hey, are you a self-employed business owner right here in Central PA? Are you thinking about starting or growing a real estate investment portfolio? Well, we have 3 products and programs available right now that can help you do just that. If you'd like more information, you can blah, 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 right? And so if you want to create short form video content, go and create your free account, wakeup.realestate, go to member resources. Oh, it's going to make me log in. Hopefully I can log in. It was giving me a hard time. I meant actually, Mike, I meant to mention to you or Ryan, it was giving me a devil of a time logging in. If you have problems creating an account or logging in, you can use the little chat widget bottom right. For whatever reason this morning, it didn't want to let me log in with one of my emails. Anywho, log in, create your free account, log in, go to member resources, and under marketing resources, it is, where is it here? Why am I not seeing it, Mike? Am I blind? Street text. There it is. Under courses, boot camps, and workshops, short form video process, right? So you can use the idea of these different products and programs, bank statement programs, profit and loss, 1099, etc., to create organic content, short form video content to attract and connect with that audience in your market. Now, one is not going to generate you a whole bunch of opportunities. This is something that you would have to consistently implement over time, and you'd have to play with different hooks, different sort of meat of the video, and different calls to action. What we have found as a winning formula is to call out who you're talking to, give them some sort of curiosity, create some curiosity, and then give a 3-pronged call to action. Comment below, shoot me a DM, or for example, go to joshvips.com, right? So, hey, are you a self-employed business owner here in Central PA? would you like to start or grow an investment portfolio? Well, we have 3 unique products and programs available right now that we can help you to purchase your first or next investment property. If you'd like more information or to chat, comment self below, whatever, or you could just say comment below, shoot me a DM, or go to joshvips.com. Okay, real simple and quick formula. That's one way that you can use some of the ideas here. There are also a number of scripts and templates that you could use to engage with your existing database, right? So you could take, for example, one of the who do you know text scripts, who do you know, and you could formulate that around this audience. So who do you know here in the area that is a self-employed business owner? Because we have some incredible financing options for these folks right now. Let me know. Thanks. Okay. So that you could send that by text, by email, etc. And there's any number of ways that you could, you could fashion that or craft that. Here's another idea, one that we would be more than happy to implement with you and collaborate with you on. We could do a virtual workshop like this one, but where we collaborate. So Jennifer, you and I hop on a Zoom. Well, actually, you and I, we market a virtual workshop for self-employed business owners in your market area, and then we hop on a Zoom and we talk through the financing side of it, and we talk through the real estate side of it. And you've got some longer form content that you can use that hopefully will create some opportunities in the short term, but you've got a piece of content that you can use in the long term. You can even cut it up and make it some bite-sized pieces of content to utilize in follow-up or on social media, etc. And we are more than happy to do that. We've done that a number of times over the last few months. Quite honestly, I wish folks would ask more, because that is something that is a strength of mine and something that I'm more than happy to do for and with co-marketing partners and real estate collaborators and the like. The last bit of resources that I want to share from the Wake Up site. Actually, I'm going to share this bit of resources and then one other big idea that I'm confident, if this is a segment of the market that you want to help and serve, the idea implemented over time would create a flow of opportunities to you. But the last thing I want to mention before that is lead capture tools. Okay, Real Estate lead capture tools. Under mortgage lead capture pages, we have a number of pages that are catering to or specifically crafted around helping and serving some of these ideas or this niche, right? So investor mortgages, P&L program for business owners, self-employed borrowers, no income, no employment. That's the no ratio. Cheap hard money, mortgages for waiters and waitresses. That's kind of like our freelance worker, 1099, etc. We've got one for DSCR. And then this is a great one. And this is one that you could take and make your own content around. 5 creative self-employed mortgage options. Okay. So all of these are in here. And when you create your free account, they will be automatically generated. And they are the way Ryan has built these out. When you use or promote these links, those folks that opt in or request more information, you get emailed them as a new lead for you to follow up with. And if you're going to use any of these links, I would highly recommend that you use a URL shortener of some kind. I like rebrandly.com, rebrandly.com. Ryan uses another one. I can't remember off the top of my head. There are lots of great options as far as that goes. Or you could just use them as is. No harm, no foul there. And at least check them out, play around with them. And then one last idea before we open it up for Q&A would be, and this is an idea I've shared on these sessions before, but it bears repeating. let's take the DSCR or even the hard money program or product type. If you proactively find properties that fit, or you might say pencil, right? That makes sense for a DSCR loan, and you proactively put that together as a sort of done for you investment property opportunity, or investment opportunity, as Ryan, my good buddy, would say. And then you use that in your marketing, whether you're following up or sending to your database, or even creating a short form video, giving the brief overview of the property and the details, and why it would make a good investment, and the fact that we've got tailor-made investment, or tailor-made financing for this property. If you do that consistently over time, that will get people associating you with these types of opportunities. And whether or not they end up buying that specific property that you ran the numbers on and put together information on is irrelevant. We're trying to create conversation opportunities and client opportunities from that. And that concept, that idea implemented maybe every Tuesday or Wednesday, you dig into your MLS and you find a property that will fit the criteria for DSCR, that at least has a 1-to-1 ratio, or maybe even a 1.2 ratio on it, and presenting that as an opportunity. This audience, I don't know about you, but many of the self-employed business owners, like the real business owners in my market, they're always looking, to add to their investment portfolio, or they're always looking for, a way to increase their wealth. And if you can make it easier for them to do that, they're at least going to be open to a conversation. So I was kind of spewing there for a bit, Jordan. I don't know if you have anything to add. Folks, if you have questions, thoughts, ideas, please drop it in the chat or Q&A box. Jordan, go ahead.
No, you're the marketing genius, not me. I'm just here to do loans.
You're just the loan wizard, right? So that's why Jordan and I work well together, because I spend my days and my time and effort on creating the conversations and creating the loan opportunities, and Jordan is the problem solver that figures out how to get deals done, like the one that he was talking about earlier. You said that the borrower had been turned down by 5 other lenders, I think.
Four,
right? So
they were in process for a year.
I mean, that's amazing, right? That's amazing. Think about that.
They were living in the house and they were in process for a year. We got it closed in about 35 days. But
when you're able to, whether by partnering with us, working with us, etc., when you're able to be that type of solution provider for folks in situations like that, do you think that they're gonna look for ways to refer more opportunities as they have conversations with friends, family, and coworkers? I mean, we've talked about this in the past as well when it comes to credit direction, because one of the lead capture pages that I didn't spend time on, but is in that in the members area, is around credit direction. And one of the reasons why we're big believers in offering credit direction is we want to truly help and serve everyone that we can. If we have somebody who's motivated and willing and able, and just needs some direction, we're happy to help and serve them. And very transparently and selfishly, oftentimes those clients who others either refuse to help, or in some cases worse than that, you get treated poorly by others. When we go out of our way to help and serve them, it usually tends to come back tenfold, right, in the form of additional referrals, and if nothing else, it just feels really good when you help folks that that are just, for whatever reason, got in a sticky situation, right? Doesn't really matter why or how they got there. It's just a matter of helping them get their way out, or find their way out. Well, no questions or chat that I can see. So I promised to keep this short and sweet, and so we will. I'm gonna wrap up with a few housekeeping items. If you are watching this after the fact and you have a question, you can comment below. You can use the chat widget on the site, or you can just go to joshvips.com, or in the description with this video, you'll find my contact information. You'll find Jordan's contact information. You can reach out to us if you have a scenario, if you have a marketing idea, if you need help with marketing, if you'd like to do a collaborative virtual workshop, like I mentioned here. I am open and excited to have those conversations with each and every one of you. It's what gets me excited, and I know that marketing is it's kind of like the key factor, the key. It's the linchpin to create conversation opportunities and give you more opportunities to serve folks in your community, right? And that's that's how we get paid, right? Is to help and serve, to help buy, sell, or refinance. I will mention that if you are someone who, if you're a producing agent, or you're part of a team, or you're a team leader, maybe an independent broker, and you're looking for a way to add mortgage-based revenue to your business, we have a program called our Reload program that we should absolutely chat about. We have more and more folks exploring that as a great way to add additional revenue from the same database, or from the same work and effort, really. There's some work involved in getting the license, but at that point, it opens up revenue streams that might help you survive and thrive what is undoubtedly a difficult time. Inventory low, rates higher than they've been. It can be a great way to help yourself stay in the game and maybe even get ahead. And if that's something you'd like to explore, please reach out. You can get a general overview at wakeup.realestate/RELO. Jordan and I also have a deeper dive session on that topic. If you'd like that, you can find it. I'll share real quick. You can find it at wakeup.realestate under right up here at the top. There's mastermind and mortgage replays. If you go to mortgage webinar replays, and you look for double your revenue as a real estate agent without selling more homes. That's a deeper dive into the Reload program. And our CEO just made our deal even better. Even gave us even more reason to be having those conversations with you, and makes it that much more lucrative for those that might be interested in exploring that as an option. Jordan, as always, thank you for your time and expertise.
Have a good one.
We welcome the opportunity to connect with those of you that might be interested in exploring how you can use some of the programs or concepts that we shared here to build out the audience of self-employed business owners in your market and help and serve them in a greater capacity. And we hope you all have a great rest of the week. Thanks, Jordan.
All right, thanks. Have a good one.